Hello, hello. It's me, Mary again. What are we doing now? Nothing spectacular, really. I'm just here to show my commission work progress. And I had an idea to get the audience involved, especially artists, because my goal is I want to promote a lot of artists as much as I can. And one of the possible ways for you to get promoted is through commissions. There are other ways for me to get other artists involved. I'll just explain that in a later video. I don't know, or maybe later. I'll just explain later. Why not? Why am I so lazy? I'm so lazy. But right now, we are going to talk about the commission progress and the client's art and what they do. Okay, before I explain the character here, I just want to explain the process that is happening right now. So you see, this is like a character reference sheet that I'm doing. The client never asked for this. This is completely on my own decision. And the reason why I did it is so that when it comes to the actual art, I don't have to do a lot of guesswork. Because one problem that I have when I was doing commission is that I play around with the face so much, the point that the commission is taking so long. Like I've been focusing on the body and the face and the model, and I just want the art to be consistent. I just don't want to be all wonky together, because that's one of the main goal of my art is to be consistent. So my solution to that is to create a mini character rough sketch, just a rough one, just a quick one, and all I have to do is focus on the model and the art style and the consistency of that character that I'm drawing, so that when I do the actual art, all I have to do is focus on the main pose. Just fix the pose, just worry on the anatomy. I don't have to worry on the model anymore because I've already done that. So that way, I could finish and do the art, not as quick, but smooth as possible, like smooth sailing. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to do? So, of course, if the client wants the rough character sheet, they could have that for free because they never asked for it. This was like my own doing. So they could have that free. Yeah, yeah, that reminds me. I have to give that to them. I kind of forgot to give that. So yeah, that's a good reminder. Okay, so the character's name is Aomi Arnagi. She is 15 years old, and her personality is a serious yet curious and calm. But she is a kind character who helps people who is in need. And she doesn't give up. So we have that heroic, serious type character right here. So Ellie here doesn't really give me a specific pose. They just want me to come up with the post based on the description that I just delivered. So it's like, okay, I'm up for a challenge. I'm gonna do a post based on that. And the post that I did is quite challenging. It's not dynamic as you can see, but I wanted her body to twist a little bit. And for me, that's a bit tricky. Like to do a character that looks like the body is bending or twisting the other way in the most genuine and natural way can be difficult. So yeah, not gonna lie, I did struggle a bit, just a bit, yeah, it's just a bit. But in the end, I was really happy with the post. Hopefully, it looks good. Man, hopefully. Imagine if I was gaslighting myself. Anyway, this character is from Ellie's story. They are currently making a comic. It's still on process. And the title is Tower of Babel. And it's about a girl who woke up on a dark underground ruins, who had no memory to who she was and how she got there, know where she is. The only memory she has is about a promise with a person to go on top of that tower to meet someone. What mysteries will she uncover in a world where she doesn't even know? And will she learn more about her past self? I think I read that wrong. Will she learn more about her past and herself? So yeah, that's the summary of his comic. I personally want to read this comic. I am curious who's that person she gonna meet. What if she went all upstairs, up top to the tower, and met that person, and that person punches her in the face and she fell on the ground. That'll be a shocking plot twist. And besides making comics, he also does his YouTube channel. If you want to see his art progress and if you're interested with his art, I will link his link down below. And he also does commission. Now, if you're interested in his art style, you can commission him. We'll link all his socials down below. Okay, wanna check it. So yeah, this is the final result. They only ordered a line art commission. And yeah, I really enjoyed drawing a character. Thank you for commissioning. This really means a lot. Thanks. Now up to our next client. When I saw the client's OC, I was so excited. I really liked the design with that transparent wings and that leaf. And they ordered a rendered one. I was like, well, I'm gonna enjoy rendering this. I don't typically enjoy rendering, but when I see a character that has a cool design, to me, I will most likely enjoy the rendering there. So this is one of those. So I was happy. With the orders. And as you can see right now, I'm doing the quick character sheeting, a quick reference sheet. This part feels like I'm getting to know their OC more. Like, I wanted to know her character, her backstory. I feel like knowing the character story helps me better understand the OC. And it'll give me more, ideas on how to draw her in a more consistent way, I'm all about consistency. I cannot say that word. So basically, my client here have been writing a massive crossover fanfiction since October of 2017. Title being Damchi, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? So what happened here is that the main character arrives in Orario knowing nothing about why or where she is. She learns and gets involved with Belle, the main character of the actual anime, and the two of them follow more or less the original story. The main character, being an outsider, influences things, changes some things from the original story, until finally she is strong enough to stop resisting the main plot and can start changing it. Ooh, I have never, actually personally myself, I've never read a fanfiction before. So personally, I don't know how it works, but I checked their story and they already written 4 books. I was like, that's so cool. That's very impressive. They already wrote 4 books. Like, I mean, to be fair, they start writing since 2017, but I myself is a comic writer. And I've been working on my story since 2013 and I have nothing to show for it. I'm still working on my comic right now. Still no works. But still though, I should have at least finished at least 1 book. But I got nothing. And what's very impressive is that a lot of people actually read his work. And I can see it through the comments. Like there's so many feedbacks, comments, just engagement. It's just, I don't know, that's so cool. In a way, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I would like to have something like that as well one day when I publish my story. If that ever happens, my goodness gracious. So if you want to absorb more Damchi, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon content, you can check out this fanfiction. I really think it's good. Just based on the comments, it's like I'm reading it. I feel like they're really enjoying this stuff. So yeah, I will put all the links down below. You can check it. And yeah, I'm actually not yet done explaining the character. I was just so impressed and with all the writing stuff they've done. I'm like, my goodness, 4 books. So yeah, the character that I'm drawing right now, her name is Deli, Delanach for short, which means, Delana is the full name and Deli is the short one, which means lightning. She's usually friendly, gets along with animals and insects, and is formerly the familiar of a kitsune. Deli was born someplace in Sherwood and started life as a small speck of light and joy. She evolved a body but kept the wings and became a fairy. Later, she was captured by a Japanese exorcist and later freed by Kodori, the kitsune. Since then, she followed Kodori on her adventures, including returning to Orario. So that's the character that we're both working on right now. And unlike the previous client, this client gave me a specific pose, as you can see on the reference, and I was really excited for it because it's such a cute pose and it tells a simple story. I personally love poses that tell stories. I really like those. They are challenging, but they are very satisfying to do, and especially the end result, really. So I just want to mention that the drawing process for this art wasn't really smooth, and I expected the rocky process during the sketch stage or rough sketch stage where I map out the pose, because anything with a sitting pose will always be a thorn on my neck. Sitting pose is quite challenging, well, I'll say. Drawing bent knees is something that is gonna be bit more, I don't know, rare. I don't know. But I was able to pull it off, surprisingly. It was easily done. I was like, wait. I was able to draw the sitting pose nicely and quickly. There was no hiccups, there was no crying involved, no screaming, no violence, no punching someone on the face. It went smoothly. And then I realized, wait a second. Maybe I will struggle on the wings. I will admit, I did struggle on the wings, but it was completely my fault. You see, I mentioned I was excited to render the wings because it's transparent, right? Well, look at me. I actually forgot that the wings is transparent. So I line arted the wings as if it's gonna be a solid freaking color. Okay, I paused there for a minute because I want to remember what went wrong with the wings, but now I remember why. So basically, since the wings is transparent, they shouldn't overlap. They should be see-through because, like I said, it's transparent. So what I did a line art that overlaps them. So I was like, oh no, these wings are see-through, right? So that means the wings have to be see-through, not overlapping each other. So I had to repeat that step. I created more trouble for myself. That was a genuine mistake. So that part was a little rocky, but I will say it wasn't that difficult. I mean, let me rephrase that. It was difficult, but at least I know what I was doing. I know how to fix it. Because in this next step where I rendered the hair, this is where I struggled the most. I'm not a master of hair rendering, but hair rendering to me now is a bit more easier compared to before. I suck at hair rendering, but now I've gotten a lot more better. But in this situation, I struggle so much and I could not figure out what to do and why I was struggling. I was like, why am I struggling? I mean, the way I render hair is pretty simple, you know. I don't do any crazy stuff to render it. That's why I was so shocked and surprised that I'm struggling. I kept wondering. It even took me hours to try and figure out what's going on until it hit me. The reason why I was struggling on rendering this hair is because it was on a gradient. So that could only mean one thing. This is the first time I ever rendered the hair on a gradient version. Like there's a fade on the hair. So anyway, it worked out. It's fine because, you know, we're at the end of the video, so I can't explain much. So yeah, this is the final result. And I really love rendering that leaf. Look at that. So again, for those who wants to commission me, just hit me up and I will promote you as well on my next video.